Karankawa group, and our first artifact for today is leadership, and this is our leader.
He has gold.
He has gold earrings, and the Karankawas were nomads. They traveled in groups of 30 to 40 people in each group. Each group is headed by its own chief. These larger groups split up into smaller groups, usually by individual families.
This is our shelter that we made. The Karankawas were nomads, so they had to have movable and light houses since they had to move everywhere. When they built their houses, they looked like huts or teepees. They would have light wooden poles to hold up their shelters. And then they would bring all of the wooden poles together and tie them together, and that would make the shape of their house. Next, they would use animal skin, woven grass mats, or palm leaves for the cover of their house. For their floor. When it was warm outside, they would take some of the covering down so it wouldn't be as hot. Then the breeze from the Gulf of Mexico could make their homes cooler.
This is the origin settlement, and we made a river where they lived. The Karankawas and tribe lived during the 18,000s, and their region was coastal points near the ocean. It had streams and rivers and bodies of water from rivers are Jacinto and Brazos and tons more. You would see a lot of grass, moss, and swampy trees. There were deer, and that was useful to the Karankawas since they like to hunt and eat their deer for their food. The Karankawas live near Galveston down the Corpus Christi, and they also live very near to the Gulf Coast of Mexico. The Karankawas relied on different resources. The Karankawas were nomads and had to move to where the fish to move to.
Our next one is making a living, and we did a fish trap, and so the Karankawas had to do a lot of hard work in their life. Whenever it came to trading, they traded conch shells and normal shells for things like buffalo robes, which are anything made from buffalo skin. Another thing they would get out of trading was pigment. That is something that gives color to something else. When they needed food, they might pick berries, eat oysters, clams, or mollusks, and catch fish. They would catch fish by getting grass and twigs to trap the fish when it swam into the trap. Then after it is trapped, the Karankawas would grab the fish with their hands. One thing they did a lot was hunt. The Karankawas would hunt things like buffalo, deer, and alligators, and sometimes they would be cannibals and eat people that were either prisoners or enemies. The Karankawas' main appearance would be that they were 6 feet tall, they would have piercings, they were very muscular, and they had tattoos and also paint. The women would wear grass skirts, and they would use spears and bow and arrows to hunt.
We made a bow and arrow. The Karankawas did these ceremonies to keep a tradition going. The Karankawas danced for special ceremonies to worship their leaders. During the ceremonies, they would eat the flesh of their enemies or prisoners. They would do that because they'd think they might get the power of the enemy's soul. At these ceremonies, the Karankawas would play certain games to get better at their hunting. The Karankawas were also known as the wrestlers. Since they wrestled so much, this was a very special tradition for the Karankawas. You couldn't tell.